So I read the letter, and it's basically a confession of 3 women whom he buried in Mark Twain National Forest, and then 1 girl in Summerfield that he was stating that are unaccounted for, that he hasn't.
Did the letter say Summerfield?
Yes, it did. It said Summerfield, Illinois.
One day he did it, the next day he didn't.
Yep.
But it was worth the attempt to go there to see how he reacted. And that was the key to this whole thing, is to see how he reacted. So we knew we had to push for the DNA. We knew we had to push for some other physical evidence that we had. If it would have been a different reaction, we wouldn't be pushing so hard.
Larry will confess, and then when he goes back, he'll recant, confess, recant. So it's a continued confession, recant. So it's just like the sheriff said. You can't base his confession on the case. You can't close a case based off his confession just because.
Well, the guy was going flip flop, flip flop.
Right. You have to have some type of physical evidence, and that was the goal for us going down there. I told Captain Weymouth went with me, and I told the sheriff as well. Even if he confesses, to me, I wouldn't feel comfortable enough because of his history of recanting. So while we were down there, my goal was to get a buccal swab and some DNA from him, and that's what we achieved. So that's been sent to the lab. 30-40 minutes just about general stuff. He was very cordial. Like I said at the beginning of the interview, I always like to establish a rapport with someone. So my research with him is he is into Civil War reenactments,
yeah,
and he's also into car shows. I went over specific boot styles for Civil War reenactment.
Yeah.
And
I never thought about that.
Yes,
yeah.
his boot style that he wore during that time is consistent with what we have at the scene. Specific detail, and there is a few specific details that I wanted him to tell me.
He knows we've got his DNA. Now he doesn't know if there's any DNA at the scene, but he knows that's a definite link, and his behavior has changed since then. So all those little indicators, no, do they make him the criminal?
Yeah.
But it's a good indicator, I can tell you that. It's a very good indicator. Summerfield's a little town, everybody kind of knows everybody, and you know, let's bring closure to the case. Let's let everybody know, hey, it wasn't one of your townspeople who did this, it was a drifter. And if in fact it is him,